And to talk about this, we welcome Mr. Berli Martawardaya, Senior Economist at the University of Indonesia. Hello, sir, and welcome.
Good to be back.
Now, how optimistic are you? We have a 94.6 trillion rupiah, or around 7.2 billion US dollars, which is 57% of the government's target. Are you optimistic about this scheme?
Yeah, which is the highest ever recorded in all countries in terms of value and in terms of percentage of GDP. So, must congratulate and appreciate the Ministry of Finance and especially the tax deputy for making it happen. They really pulled all the punches in the last couple of weeks.
Now, what about these repatriated funds? So we collected this money. What kind of projects are we going to boost? What are we going to do with this money?
Yeah, so first we must differentiate between the declaration of domestic fund and from the abroad. So only those from abroad are being locked in for 3 years. If it is announced or declared from domestic fund, they only have to pay the so-called ransom of 2% for the first period, and then they can go on business as usual. So so the 2% or the which is already put as target revenue in state budget. So it will be used as the revenue of the state and used in the and it's already being allocated for at this year budget.
Okay, which parts are we seeing in the short term maybe?
I mean, it's all in the normal operation. So we already have the change of state budget APBNP a couple of months ago, I think, during Ramadan. Yeah. So actually, what is more interesting is the repatriated fund from abroad because they are being locked in for 3 years, and there are already guidelines on what area or the sector that this fund can be invested on. Yeah. So, but on the other side, some also said that it is a bit too rigid and suggested that there to enable scheme of back to back. Back to back. So that means let's say from 1 trillion being declared, being repatriated. So 800 billion rupiah, 80% could be used to and being loaned to the fund owner, so they can use on their own business. Because taking such a big amount of money out of the cash flow could disrupt even a big company.
No, these repatriated funds, you know, there's money locked in Switzerland and Singapore. For Singapore, why are these Singapore banks sort of trying to keep the money there? You know, it's a third of their foreign assets there. So what's going on?
Yeah, so a study from McKinsey find that about close to 40% of Singapore the fund in Singapore banking system are from Indonesia. So in any banking system, massive withdrawal would be damaging, because usually they only hold cash for a bit more than their reserve requirement. So let's say 6 to 8% of cash. If 10% are asking for to liquidify their assets, so to take out, so that would quite damaging to any banking system. So from the Singapore point of view, we could understand that they do what they do. So, but just as long as it's not making it harder than usual, harder than the actual procedure. So the Ministry of Finance and coordinating Ministry of Finance already launched a protest toward the government of Singapore. Because at the end, of course, the owner of the fund has freedom to choose where they want to do with their own money.
But Singapore authorities are saying that they will cooperate with our government now in how and what's going to happen.
I mean, in terms of the monetary policy, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, could supplement and could inject funds. So actually, with careful and well-planned monetary policy, they could reduce the damage of the outgoing fund. So I think what we do is already correct. We shame and blame. So we shame and we bring into the attention of the public, of the global public, that Singapore actually only have limited space to stop or delay the outgoing and the capital outflow from their country.
Now, it's interesting that the rupiah is now below 13,000 rupiah per dollar. Even Vice President Yusuf Kala is saying that this is because of tax amnesty. And how do you see that? And will this maintain for a long period of time?
Yeah, so we could see there's a direct and indirect effect. Yeah, so the direct is from the fund that being brought inside, but either then declared as repaid or not. So they also declare as the domestic asset. So it will bring the demand for rupiah increase. Yeah, the increased demand for rupiah, so rupiah is stronger. But also there's indirect effect. Yeah, because the market could see that government quite credible. They put a lot of effort and fulfill their promises, so they increase the confidence to the government and as well as the business activity. So the business are also being carried forward or can surf the wave of this confidence increase.
Now the next batch, January to March, you know that there's going to be a 5% increased fee, I believe. How optimistic are you on that? And
correct. So now we are on the second phase. Yeah. Well, at the first phase is 2%. Now until the end of year is 3%, and then January to March is the 5% ransom rate. Yeah. So I think the most realistic is to be pull all the punches at this second phase here, because the third phase is already quite high and very few are likely to use that stage. But at this time, there are some who still yet to use the amnesty in the first phase because of the time, or maybe they just still look whether it's safe. So so the Ministry of Finance should really focus to optimize and maximize the second phase.
Very well, Mr. Bailey. Thanks so much.
Good to be here.